Hello students, welcome back in our new session. Today in this session we will discuss about some types of system software. What are its types and what are its uses in our computer system. So let's discuss about types of system softwares. So in system types of system software, we have basically three types of system softwares. First is operating system. Second one is language processor. And third one is utility programs. So these are basically three types of system software, so by which we can control and manage all the things which exist inside the computer. Now one by one we will discuss all these things. So first we will discuss about the operating system. What is operating system? So operating system is what? Operating system basically a system software which coordinate and control all the processing which exist inside the computer. So basically there are main two basic components which exist inside the operating system. Or by using these components, any process can be controlled and programmed by using the operating system. So operating system is what? It is a system software which coordinate and control all the operations inside the computer, right? So and operating system can be CUI based, that is so operating system can be CUI based or GUI based. CUI is a command user interface. So what are the examples of CUI? MS-DOS, Unix and all other operating systems. And GUI based operating system are the graphical user interface, so which provides some graphics to the user. So what are those? That is Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows 8, Windows 10 and all the versions of the Windows, and some Mac OS, Linux, etc. So these all are the GUI versions of the operating system. Now, so this is the basic definition of operating system. Now we will talk about some internal process. What are the main components which exist inside the operating system, and they are completely responsible to perform or maintain all the working process. So basically there are two components which exist inside the operating system. What are those? First is shell and second one is kernel. So these are two basic components which have complete responsibility, complete commands which exist inside the operating system. So cell, what is the role of cell? So cell is responsible to take a request from user and send it to kernel. This is the work of or task of cell. Now what the kernel will do? Kernel takes that request from shell and perform some required operations on that and produce some output. So this is the main task of kernel. Then how the kernel will work on the request which is sent via the shell. There are some other tasks kernel have also the responsibility for, like to assign a password, set the process time, and it also provides some temporary storage to the running process. Means if the process is being running and if the logical memory is not sufficient for the storage of running process, then it is the responsibility and duty of the kernel that it will provide the physical memory for the running process as a temporary basis. Means physical memory, to provide the physical memory as a temporary storage. So for that temporary storage, running process is able to occupy that temporary memory and is able to store their data on the temporary basis. Till then the process is going on, or process is in running mode. So if we talk about in a structural diagram, then we will find the actual position of the operating system. Suppose here we have user interacts with some applications, and that application interacts with operating system, and that operating system basically is of two sections. So first is shell, second is kernel. So basically shell shall is interact with this applications, right? And this is whole what? An operating system, and that shell will interact with the application and takes the request from the application like that. Okay, and that shell gives that request to the kernel, and that kernel again interact with the hardware machine. So this is the structural diagram of operating system, how the operating system can be exist in a complete process. Okay, so this is the working of operating system. Now the second one is language processor. Language processor, as its name, is responsible to translate the high level language into the machine level language, because as we know that computer understands only the binary numbers, numerical values, number digits. So and the programmer is understand the high level and natural language. So how the computer will understand the human language on the basis of these language processors. So what are those? What are first one is compiler, second one was assembler, and third one was interpreter. So when we talk about the compiler, so compiler basically converts the high level programming language into the machine level programming language, as in today's generation is going on. So today's generation languages are completely dependent on the compiler, which is completely responsible to convert or translate the high level programming language into the low level programming language or machine level programming language. So that is on third generation based. Now if we talk about the assembler, so assembler basically converts a low level programming language to machine level programming language, right? So that it comes from the second generation language, programming language. So in second generation there was only some mnemonics codes. On that codes basically programmer is able to make some programming. So that was again on the high level programming language, and that language is again converted into machine code. So that was on the basis of assembler, which assembles that code and convert it into the machine numbers or digits. Now third one is interpreter. Interpreter is the little bit different from the compiler and assembler, because in both these cases first we compile the program, then convert it into the machine code. But in interpreter, the interpreter with one by one instructions, it checks and it translates that instruction and convert it into the direct machine code. Okay, so this is the concept of interpreter. Translate one instruction to another instruction simultaneously. Okay, so this is the concept of interpreter, because it simultaneously, consequently it will translate and produce the convert it into the machine code. So these are some language processors by which we can or computer understand the high level or human language. Now third one was utility programs or utility softwares. Utility programs. So utility programs are some external programs which is required by the system as per the need, as per the requirement. So some external softwares which is designed by the programmer, like any antivirus. This is a utility program which is necessary on the basis of the condition of the computer. Antivirus is a software program, and second one is MS Office and Java software language, and all the programming or all the software which exist or run inside the computer. These all are the utility program. So depending on the requirement, we are able to use all these time to time in our computer systems. So these all are the basic types of system softwares, and these system softwares have the very important role in computer system. So that's all for today. I hope you got very good knowledge and you have clear your doubts. If you have any doubts regarding these topics, then you can just ask me by asking your questions in a comment box. And thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Thank you.